Hi, all right, so this is going to be a shorter video. We're going to be talking about Lamont. There's a few main takeaways, goals of her piece that are important that I want to make sure that you're taking away from it. Then I'll briefly go over the discussion questions you're going to be responding to through discussion board, and you're also going to be responding to two other classmates this week. So the first main goal of Lamont's piece is to demystify the lies that students operate under, that good or experienced writers don't write shitty first drafts. All right, so her main takeaway is that everybody writes a shitty first draft, that just because your draft isn't going well doesn't mean that you're not a good writer, and it doesn't mean that your paper is not going well, right? Her main point is if it's going shitty, the draft writing process, it's going exactly how it's supposed to, because everybody writes their down draft is not good. All right, and so the students buy into this lie that if I was as good as a writer as that person or that author, that student, my first draft wouldn't look like this. And so that's the first thing that I definitely want to address. And let you know that you're not alone in feeling that way. So another main goal of this piece is to demystify the patterns and voices during writing process that are not constructive. So in the end part of this piece, Lamont talks about the voices that are in our head as we sit down to write. The main goal of this piece, another main goal of this piece, besides learning everybody writes bad first drafts, is to stop and realize, what are these voices that I hear as I sit down to write, and are they constructive to my writing process? A good way to think about that is if this was a friend or somebody, another student I was sitting next to, who was saying these things to me as I write, would I say, like, yeah, keep doing that, that's really helpful? Yeah. So the last thing, what you write in the shitty first draft helps you know more what to say in the second draft, and so forth. So in addition to just demystifying what kind of voices we should be allowing construct our writing process, as well as the reality that everybody writes terrible first drafts, is that the actual process of sitting down to write down what you know, because essentially that first draft, that's all it is. You're writing down what it is you know right now. That will help you figure out what it is that you want to say in the second draft. That will produce a better quality and essentially allow you to say more in that second draft than you would have otherwise. So the two questions that you're going to be doing initial threads for, and do separate initial threads. The first, what was some of Lamont's writing advice that you found particularly helpful? The second, Lamont talks about the critical voices that play in her mind when she's trying to write. Most writers have something similar. What are yours? And then respond to two students as well.